Tashi dile, local Tibetan black tea. Bye sheep, one black one at the end.
Bye!
Behind you is Mount Choyo. Okay, so we've got our food here. Out of 10?
10. It's pretty like a dream. She's so sweet, she gave me this.
Oh, welcome. Okay, so we are now at this beautiful waterfall. Check this out. Wow. Tashi Delay or G'day and good morning guys from the beautiful Tibet. Today we are on an 8-hour journey going to
Nepal-Tibet border.
That's right, so come along with us as we get on our van and we drive 8 hours through the Tibetan countryside, hang out with Tibetan locals, see some nomads, get in their tents, drink some tea, maybe even see some yaks, see some sheep. Come along with us today and let's have fun in the beautiful country of Tibet. Okay, so it looks like we are maybe going to see some nomads. This is their place right here, and our guide, our local guide, just got out to talk to them to see if we can maybe drink some tea or sort of see what they do on their day-to-day life, their farming and stuff. It looks like they just said come from the body language, so let's see. We might be able to go and talk with some nomads. This is so random, guys, by the way, just randomly on the road. So we just got here. Their little home. Wow, look at all the sheep. I'll just say hello to the owner here. Hello, Tashi Dele. Hello, how are you?
You can go inside.
Wow.
But this is the real nomads.
This is the real nomads. How long has their tent been here?
8 days ago.
Oh, just 8 days.
Yeah.
Wow. I can come in, it's okay?
Yes, you can
Okay.
go.
Okay. Tashi Dele. Wow. This is very nice. Oh, sorry. Wow, very beautiful. So this is their tent, guys, and this is where they sleep. So they've been here for just 8 days. You can come in, darling. Sit down.
Maybe they're going to stay 2 months.
2 months here.
They move.
And where were they before? How many kilometers away?
Maybe 25 kilometers.
Okay, wow. And they brought all of their sheep with them,
Yeah.
obviously. And what's the main thing that they eat every day?
Sometimes fast noodles, yes.
Oh, noodles.
Fast
Wow.
noodles, instant noodles.
Instant noodles, okay.
Also use tamba.
Oh.
Tamba they put there.
And samba,
Samba is fried barley.
Yeah,
fried barley. Oh, nice.
You can check there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. So it's like they mix it with water.
Yeah, put butter
Yeah.
tea
You know
or
how we have it at home.
black
Yeah,
tea.
yeah, okay. And sometimes they eat sheep or no?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, they eat the lamb, but maybe today they don't have. Like,
Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, wow. And they're like outside where the sheep are inside. Have they built the wall with the rocks? How long does that take to build it?
No.
To build this?
Maybe I think he said 6 days. Maybe I think 10 days.
6 to 10 days.
Maybe
Wow.
it depends the people, right? How many
Yeah.
people?
Have they ever had foreigners stop and talk to them before?
Oh, you knew you think about
First time. First time. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
We are the first guys.
Would they mind showing us like their sheep and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, we can see. So these are their friends here as well. So yeah, wow. So this is their sheep.
Yes, for sheep.
Wow. And do they go and collect grass and give them grass, or they
let go then.
they just let them go?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So did they build this just recently, or it was already built?
Already built.
Already built, yeah. Wow. And they don't sell their sheep
They don't sell because some family they keep
for eating.
for eating and they have more baby.
Wow.
I want on a baby.
That's so. But how can they eat all these sheep?
But they don't eat all, but it's slowly they take some.
Slowly.
Right? Maybe they for a year, I think maybe 7 sheep, maybe 10 sheep.
Wow.
Maybe ask him.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sell the lamb.
Sometimes, yeah.
He said that he 1 year.
Yes.
So he killed 30 sheep.
Wow.
30. Many.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So can you tell them in my home in Australia, we have sheep, but they're in a big paddock, like a fence, right? So we don't have to watch them. We just leave them in the big, like this, but really big fence, and they just eat the grass. So we don't have to wander in the hills. Yeah.
They hold some follow the sheep because of their wolf. Wolf, they killed the sheep. That's why he facey more dark. Because the windy, maybe sometimes sun burn because it's so dark.
What happens when it rains? With
they maybe use the plastic.
The
plastic cover.
They put a plastic cover over. Okay. Wow. Guys, this, you can tell this is not.
You can tell them by their hands.
Yeah, you can just see from their face and hands. Hardworking people. Oh well, so they have more sheeps. Hi guys. Hi. Wow. So many. Pema, how many sheep in total?
He said maybe here 200, but total 2,000. Maybe not, I think.
Wow.
We don't have here 200.
200, yeah. And they feed the dog sheep also?
Oh, no. We don't do. Only people.
No, like what do the dogs eat?
The dog, they give the zamba.
Jamba. Like the powder we saw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, they just let the sheep out.
Nice.
So now he's going to take the sheep up into the mountains, and he's their shepherd, and all the sheep follow each other. That's why the saying says don't be a sheep, and they follow each other. This is so cool. Bye sheep, have fun eating in the mountains. One black one at the end. Guys, this is really cool content, I have to say. This was not planned at all. We don't even know these people. Pema, we don't know these people, right?
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah.
We first time.
First time, yeah.
They met also foreigner first time.
Yeah, first time meeting foreigner. Wow. So this is their dog here, guys, and the dog's chained up, but what the dog will do is protect the sheep at nighttime. So if the dog sees a wolf or anything like that, he'll bark and the wolf will run away. Well, hopefully that's sort of the plan. This is their other sheep. Hi sheep. So yeah, they just, what they were saying is they maybe only sell about 30 sheep a year, which isn't that many, and they just breed and make a bigger and bigger flock. So yeah, super interesting, right?
Super interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. 250 sheep.
250 sheep. Wow.
Yeah.
Do they have any small baby sheep, or are they all grown? Oh yeah, here's one there. Hi. This is the little house, is it? Oh wow. Wow, so they also sleep inside here, which is their little house. Wow guys, look at this. This is just literally sticks holding up the roof, and this is all yak dung here for their cooking, and they just sleep here. Guys, this is as real and raw as it gets. This is in Tibet. This is in China. This is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy I can show you this. A lot of people today would love to see this on camera, and it's hard to see. Sometimes it requires a lot of, permission to get, but we got to see this today, so this is awesome. Wow. So cool. And you can see, guys, their home is literally made from like stone, mud, a little bit of wire, just like that. That's crazy. I just have one question. Is he very fulfilled and happy with his life?
He's happy. Yeah.
He's happy.
But
Wow.
he just a little worry.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's too much rainy.
Sure.
Sometimes they hard to grow up the grass.
Yes.
No enough for food for the sheep.
And in Tibet, the last 30 years, there's been so many roads and infrastructure and all these things. What's the biggest change that he's seen in this area?
지난 저와 여러 알로 죽지나래. 근데 유르바 셰쇼디 가르치소사 랑가 신소 가르치소 유르바. 유르바 친구 가르치소사 다 항상 유르바 여러. 거 한 먹었어요.
말해 남주 초에 나온도라 다 초에 나온도 소송에마다 마자와 등상 가라지도 우사 에마 초와도 등상 초와 마자와 줄도를 지카친도 우사 수수 때나 수수
사연지 다 나가 붙더니 이제
말해.
좋아 좋아
좋아 땅에만 만다 등상 초와도 답 데르치 직자라이나 오리아이나레 등수 답 데르치
I think they're trying to explain the question to him.
He said maybe now the more convenient, easy to take the things from the
Convenience.
convenient.
Yeah, that's
because the
good.
road construction.
Yeah,
But I think we are actually the accent same.
yes.
But maybe he had to hear his ear, or
Yeah.
maybe had to understand sometimes.
He maybe spoke different Tibetan dialect
We
before.
have little bit, yes.
Yeah, before. Okay.
The people we only caring from the transportation, only yak and
Yes.
horse.
Yeah.
No more car.
Yeah.
Now more convenient. We have the car.
Yeah,
And also the road very
Yeah.
nice.
So it's very convenient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
convenient.
Okay, that's good. Well, yeah, thank you for his time. I'd love to gift him this if it's okay. Tashi Dile, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
어디는 가래?
차자 차다
Ah, black tea.
Black tea.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, sure.
다 저래 루가 냠채야래. 저 루가시야. 루가시야. 저당디 호호호호.
저 사람들 드셔
Yeah, that's good. Thank
For
you.
you.
Wow, this is the black tea. Oh, so local Tibetan black tea.
With salt. You don't like salt.
a little bit salty. Okay, bye sheep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I filmed that, guys, but I gave him 100 RMB, which is around maybe $20, something like that. It's the highest note in China. So I think they're pretty happy. They're going to drink some beers tonight. Not bad for, 20 minutes of us, coming to visit them. Thank you for translating.
No. You're welcome. This is my pleasure.
I'm glad that you told them about the money, because maybe,
Yes.
yeah, good to be honest.
Yeah, actually, I do honest.
Yeah, of
Why
course.
don't we all dance?
What?
Bye.
So, guys, one thing I just want to emphasize in that experience that we just had, what we just saw is going to become less and less. These nomads, they're 50, 60 years old, they're going to pass away one day, and most likely their kids aren't going to do the same thing to what they're doing. There's a lot of retired nomads that have moved on to do different types of work in Tibet, right? What we just saw was so special. I think, hands down, that was probably one of the best local interactions I've ever had in any country. Obviously, it's hard to rate that because different countries have different experiences. But I think as far as authenticity, like for example, when we asked them a question, our guide had to explain the question 3 times because they don't really talk about what we were asking, right? So they don't really think about that, which is it just shows how natural they are. Like all these guys care about is just their sheep, eating food, having a good time. They said that they were happy. And for me, this was the highlight of the trip by far. And I'm so glad that this is in the start of the video, and I hope this video reaches, lots and lots of views, because the world really needs to see what we just saw, because that's a culture that's fading away and it's very rare. Yeah. So thank you, Ben, from Elevated Trips for helping organize that, and to our local guide Pema for the translation, and our driver for helping as well, because without these 3 guys that wouldn't be possible. Yeah, pretty happy. You might also be wondering, Jack, how are you getting data? What's the best way to get a SIM card? Well, that's where Nomad eSIM comes in. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that Nomad has been a part of my travels for years now. I use them in every country that I go. So you might be thinking, Jack, what is an eSIM? Well, let me break it down. Essentially, an eSIM is an app on your phone that creates a digital SIM card. So all you have to do is install the Nomad app on your phone, click what country you want, and buy a package. I went onto the Nomad app and chose the package that I wanted, and bam, as soon as I touched down, I had data just like that. So no more lining up in long queues at the airport waiting for your physical SIM card. Personally, I find that having an eSIM is a great thing to have. Being able to have data when you're seeing the immigration officer and having to show your hotel booking, or even when you're just traveling around and needing Google Maps, posting Instagram photos, and I can even hotspot my phone to upload YouTube videos as well. If you use my code JACK92CB, you will get a bit of a discount on your first purchase of an eSIM. So if you're interested in getting an eSIM on your next trip, then click my link below in the description box and get started by downloading the Nomad app. Okay, so behind you is Mount Choyo, which is 8,201 meters tall. And as you can see, we are currently in a very deserty and barren landscape at the moment, and the mountains are all around us. So this is like almost a little valley. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Time to hit the road again.
Hit the road again.
Okay, so we just stopped off at this random little Tibetan village here.
Look at my earrings, guys.
Wow, nice earrings. And what are we going to eat?
Nepali food again.
Nepali food again, yay! Because we're getting so close to the border now, they have more and more Nepali food. So are you excited?
I'm super excited.
Awesome. So, translated guys, this says Namaste restaurant. Oh wow, this is super local. Nice place. Namaste. It's also pretty funny guys because all the locals are looking at us thinking, why are these foreigners in our restaurant?
Don't have none, just one of these.
They just have...
I'll take it, Papa.
Yeah. Yeah, just one. Pema, who are these people?
Oh, this is the middle one, 10 Bachelama.
Bachelama?
10, and the left side, number 9.
Uh-huh.
This is 70 Kamaba.
Wow, okay.
He's Galixco, he's Kajusco.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we just got a ginger lemon honey tea. Let's give this a taste. Pretty good. Here is the thali set with chicken and dal. Wow, thank you. Okay, so we've got our food here. How good does this look? And we've also got our curry chicken and dal. Let's taste and see how good Nepali food is near the border in Tibet. Let's taste. Okay, cheers guys. Wow, that's just like home. Out of 10?
10.
10? Yeah. Okay, all done. Good?
Me too.
You finished way more than what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you loved it.
Yeah, I know.
For me, the potato was a little bit funny, but it was still good.
Yeah, I love Nepali food. I can't stand Chinese food.
Yeah, Nepali food is the best, right? Bye-bye, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Okay, so just here is the mountain Shijapama, and it is 8,000 something meters tall. And yeah, just barren landscape for miles and then the beautiful mountain. And guys, I just wanted to show you, there's everywhere, all over Tibet, is these high tension power lines. So one thing I want to show you guys is, directly across from the mountain is this empty government building. And this is quite common around Tibet and also, you know, in China as well. Sometimes they don't go to as planned and then they become abandoned. You know, this would cost a few $100,000 to build, but you can see what they've done is the nomads have came and they've put their hay in their grass to feed their goats and they've locked it to keep it out of the moisture. So yeah, super interesting. Just thought I'd show you guys this abandoned building. There's a big security camera up there, and I think toilets are over there. Okay, so we've just came to this beautiful lookout with not one, but 2 coffee vans. Beautiful little monument here, and we can see the beautiful lake. Sophia, what do you think?
I think it's pretty like a dream.
Do you think mermaids live in there?
Maybe.
Maybe, right?
If
Maybe.
it comes out at night, you should go and see.
Yeah. So all of this comes from a water source underground, you know that?
Wow.
And the blue color is reflected
the
from the sky.
reflection.
Yeah, you can see
Reflection
here,
of the
guys.
mountain.
Reflects the mountain, and the blue reflection is from the sky. And then the water is so pure, that's why you get the lovely reflection. So beautiful, eh?
Oh, for me? Oh, thank you. So sweet. She's so sweet. She gave me this. Say hi.
She gave this to you.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'm gonna find something.
Sophie's gonna see if we've got anything in our car for her. But, there you go. Oh, welcome. Aw, cute. I don't think she's that used to hugs. You like to dance? You want to dance with her? So we also gave her this little toy and a chocolate. So you can see, guys, that they actually have solar panels out here. I think before they got power, they used to have solar panels. Hi! So Ben, I just wanted to ask you, so the nomad experience that we had this morning, that was so real, that was so rare and amazing. Could you just tell us a little bit of history about the nomads, sort of why that it's not as common these days, and you know, sort of what type of nomads there are there different type of nomads?
Yeah, lived here 15 years on the Tibetan Plateau. Got to meet a lot of nomads in my time. And you have nomadic people, and then you also have semi-nomadic people. And a lot of what we think of as nomads are actually semi-nomadic, where they're actually herding their yaks roughly May to November when the grass is green. And then in the winter times, they're going lower and actually living in real houses. That's why we call them semi-nomadic. Now, the guys we met earlier today, those guys are real nomads. Those were the real thing. So those guys probably had about 300 or 400 sheep and goats, and they just lived out there in the middle of those rocks by themselves. Probably their families live in town, their kids go to school in town, you know, their wives manage the chores in the house, but those guys live in that tiny little white canvas tent with 300 or 400 goats in the mountains, and every day take their goats out, herd their goats, and then bring them back in every night in those rock encasements, and that's how they protect the sheep and goats, and that is their entire livelihood, their entire bank account, all exists right there among those 300 animals. So these guys live right on the land sustainably, and that's one thing that we love to do as a business. We love to take as elevated trips. We love to take people out into these authentic nomadic experiences and let people really see what it's like, because this is a disappearing culture, you know, because you have about 2 million Tibetans living as nomads, but that number is decreasing every year. So it was a really, really special opportunity to see that.
Awesome, Ben. So yeah, with elevatedtrips.com, we'll leave the link in the description. If you want to do a tour like this, a private tour, see nomads, see cool things that you wouldn't normally see on a massive group tour, check out Ben's website below, and yeah, send him an email through there. You can contact him. So Sophie's putting pawpaw cream, which is like a natural ointment, on her cheeks because of the hot sun. The Tibetans' cheeks really get tanned and red, and for a little girl like that, it's really important to protect it while she's young. So Sophia's just doing that right now. Sophia, I just wanted to ask you, see, in the West, if we put sunscreen on a random child, that would be so weird and like not good, right? But here in Nepal, in Tibet, right, you just did that out of a mother
Oh, for
instinct.
coffee.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the situation also.
Yeah.
Like if in like West, like you're not that friendly with kids, and then but here like she approached me first,
Yep.
right? So yeah.
Okay, so we are now at this beautiful waterfall. Check this out. Wow. Oh my god. So cool. So we're almost about half an hour from the Nepal border. You can see everything is now green and not brown like before. Super cool. Let's go up here. The water is actually so cold as well, and it's spatting on your face. Wow, I haven't seen a waterfall this beautiful. Okay guys, so we just arrived at our beautiful hotel on the border here with Tibet and Nepal, and let me tell you, China loves to show off on their borders and make everything look much better than the country that's next to it, because all of the other villages did not look like this. Anyway, we'll see you guys in next week's video where we cross the Nepal-Tibet border. Will we have any problems? Let's see. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. As always guys,
Keep it real.
cheers.
Cheers.